Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of the Big Bang Theory rewatch. This episode is called The Dumpling Paradox. And in this episode, Penny's promiscuous friend Christy invites herself over. And of course, Howard ends up hooking up with her, going over to Penny's apartment. And yeah, they become a little bit of a thing for the episode, which disrupts the entire balance of the 4 people in their little gang. So problems happen, like not being able to order their proper Chinese food order, hence the episode title. There's 4 dumplings. They can't do it without Howard. So, Contrell, tell me your initial thoughts on this episode.
First of all, I need to start with 1 dumpling each. I don't understand that. If I'm going to a Chinese restaurant, I need like 3 dumplings to go with my main dish.
You're right.
1 dumpling each was just that wasn't cool.
I mean, Leonard suggested ordering three orders, and Sheldon's like, then they're gonna fill up on dumplings. I don't know. Clearly, they can't eat like we can.
Yeah, little skinny people. They don't know how to eat right.
Yeah.
But the episode was great. Originally aired November 5th, 2007, directed by Mark Cendrowski. And it gave me some Halo night flashbacks to when I was a youth playing Halo with the homies. So it hit home. It was a good episode.
Did you ever have a random girl come over and like school you guys on how to play?
Never ever happened, and it would never. I haven't played Halo in a long time, and it just wouldn't happen. Pure make-believe, that television show.
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went over, Tim and Bulat's were playing at Ajan's place, and they were playing this wrestling game for like hours learning how to play. And then they were like, okay, pop on, play, Riley. And I just schooled them. They were like trying so hard to beat me, and they couldn't. So,
Yeah, but I'm like, like this close to being a professional gamer, so you couldn't.
Okay.
That's funny. Yeah.
All right. So, my favorite scene from this episode, since we're speaking about it, was actually that Halo sequence. I just thought it was so funny because, like, Penny's like, "Oh, whose head did I just blow off?" And Sheldon's facial expressions throughout that whole scene were just so funny. It's like, "Mine," or like Leonard's like, "Oh, Penny's on fire," and she's like, "Yeah, and so is Sheldon." Like, I was enjoying.
Wait, have you ever played Halo?
I've played Halo like maybe 2 or 3 times with like a group of people. I mean, I can shoot the little thing.
Yeah, great, awesome. My favorite scene was right after that when Penny decided to stay over, and they all went to sleep, and Roger's standing in the kitchen eating his sandwich, and like it's like, what the hell just happened? That was my loudest laugh of the episode. It was great.
Yeah, that was very funny. And since you brought up Raj, I have to mention it threw me off in this episode because I think it's when Penny first comes in to say that her friend Christy is staying over. And then Howard ends up leaving, and Leonard says something about like, okay, how are we gonna play Halo? We have to like cut Raj in half. And Raj is like, oh, sure, cut the foreigner in half. But Penny's in the room. And, like, Raj isn't supposed to be able to speak in front of women.
Well, the only way we can play teams at this point is if we cut Raj in half.
Oh, sure. Cut the foreigner in half. There's a billion more where he came from.
Hey, if you guys need a 4th, I'll play.
And I was like, oh, they messed up here. Like,
Can he not speak to Penny or when she's in the room?
I mean, the thing is, like, it's supposed to be, like, 2 women, but every time, like, women are, like, in the room as part of the conversation, he's not speaking. He's, like, whispering to someone else to, like, say something.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I think they did a little bit of a mess up here. I was okay with it at the end when all those, like, girls showed up and when Penny's,
and they
like...
didn't notice, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, Raj wouldn't notice there. I was okay with it, but earlier, I was like, that No.
You also mentioned a funny scene is when Penny said her whore friend was here, and they looked over and Howard was already left the room. That was great.
Where'd Howard go?
Did you have any? Did you have any college friends like that?
No, not. No, I mean, no one's like that. No one's that.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
All right. So the next scene, you were.
All right.
So did you? I found Sheldon extra annoying in this episode. Like maybe it was because of the dumpling thing, and I was a little bit hungry when they were talking about it, and I was like, how can you just eat one dumpling and go on? But I just found him extra annoying in this episode.
Yeah, Sheldon was okay in this episode. The part of his that made me laugh a lot is when Penny's sleeping on the couch and he's like still like trying to like go and sit in his spot, and he's like all like literally about to sit, and Leonard's like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. But otherwise,
watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, he needed to watch Doctor Who. But I thought he was okay in this episode. Honestly, like, wasn't my favorite episode so far. I thought there's been better ones. It was okay, you know. And it was filled with plenty of cringe moments, like
yes.
all revolving around Howard.
Yes.
What was the top for you?
Just learning that Howard lived with his mom was pretty, and him storming out and putting his little scooter helmet on. that was great. I didn't notice before, but is Penny like mean to him every episode? She was kind of mean to him this episode. Maybe I glossed over it the first couple episodes.
I mean, I think she's mean to him every episode, like deservingly so. I mean, yes. He always does something or says something that warrants it. So, all
right, nice. My brain is all over when I'm watching these episodes.
When he came over to Leonard and Sheldon's with Penny staying there, and he was wearing Penny's robe and like asking her about where she got her loofah and saying like, oh yeah, it reaches places mine just can't. I was just like, ew, dude, like no. That was so bad.
That was bad.
He comes over and calls Howard like, there's my little engine that could, and he's like, check it.
Yeah, that was great.
That was the most cringeworthy for me. I was just like, no, I can't right now.
Yeah, Howard has the cringe award every episode. He's the cringiest.
Yeah,
I think maybe Leonard had one cringe so far in the 7 episodes, but Howard, you win again. Howard wins.
Consistent. There was something that I was like, oh, that probably isn't like the most acceptable thing like culturally. Did you catch it this episode?
No.
Howard's like, why don't you come stay at Casa Wallowitz? And Christy's like, what is that? Like a Mexican restaurant? And Howard's like, no, that's like, I should have mentioned my last name is Wallowitz. And she's like, oh, my first Jew. That's
that was. I did catch that one. I think everybody cringed on that one too. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's funny." First Jew.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Jewish community.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Speaking of Wallowitz, this is the first time that you get to hear Mrs. Wallowitz, Howard's mom.
They didn't show her face, right? They didn't?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. She is voiced by Carol Ann Susie. And we had a couple other guests this episode. So Carol Ann Susie is Mrs. Wallowitz. She's done like a couple different things like Grey's Anatomy, Sabrina Teenage Witch, that 70s show. She's been in a couple things. Christy was played by Brooke D'Orsay. I didn't see too much she's done. She has like a couple shows. What were they? She's best known for her series 16 and Royal Pains were the two. And then the last guest to mention is James Hong, who plays the waiter at the dumpling restaurant. What do you think about him?
James Hong has been in like 100 things I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
I probably can't name 10 of them, but he's been like everywhere. He's always Big Trouble in Little China was the one that comes to mind. I don't know if that may be too old for you, but I'm sure his IMDb page is just 100 credits. That guy's been in everything.
Yeah, I was looking him up and I was like, okay, he just like is this like super, everywhere you need to like throw someone in, yep, he's done it.
Everywhere you need to throw an Asian guy in, he's the guy. James Hong. Yes, shout out to James Hong. Great career, bro.
Yeah, and so the lady that played Mrs. Wallowitz, she voices her throughout the series. And then I didn't know this, but at some point, like in the future, I won't say when, but she gets like taken out of the show. And I didn't realize at the time, but it's because the actress actually like died of cancer.
Oh, really? So wait, did she not come on screen? We just hear her voice?
Through the entire series.
Through the entire series. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. You'll like catch glimpses of her, but you'll never see like a full character.
Okay.
Never.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. It's something that like drove me crazy when I was watching. I was like, just show her to us like once. Like, come on. I just want to know. Because like that
never show her.
But, you get to create your own image about her. But yeah, I thought that was a little sad that they ended up having to like write her out of the show because
she passed away.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to that lady, whoever she is.
Yeah, and apparently in the series, it's like in the future, so stay tuned for when it comes.
Stay tuned. But we'll be there. We'll watch it.
They put
we'll go on
like,
this journey
on the fridge of her.
Oh, really?
Actress. Yeah. So I never noticed it, and like now, like once we get there, I'm like so curious to see this like magnet pop up. I was like, what? Like I didn't know any of this.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool.
Something
Thanks for spoiling it for me. Thanks. No,
it's not really a spoiler.
I'm just kidding. Thank you.
What else did we learn this episode?
Sheldon's Green Lantern shirt was pretty impressive.
Was a good one.
I liked his shirt. I didn't recognize that he had one that said like Kablam on it in the beginning. I don't know what that's in reference to. I have to check it out. But shout out to Sheldon's t-shirts. He brought that A game back after lackluster last week.
Yeah.
T-shirt game.
Sometimes you have a good t-shirt and sometimes you don't. Like the one that you're wearing today.
I have a great t-shirt every time.
Yeah,
so Game of Thrones.
Good. When you wear your
Game of Thrones
t-shirt, not so good. So, there's good days.
Yeah, you're funny. Thanks. Yeah, that's all I had was Green Lantern, the Green Lantern shirt. And that was it. We covered everything I wanted to cover.
All right. Well, the last thing is in this episode we learned Leonard's last name, which is Hofstadter.
That's the first time
they said his last name?
When they were doing their little Siri gag, and Siri couldn't understand.
Yeah, everyone's name there. That actually cracked me up in the beginning. And Leonard's like, he says something ridiculous, like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, calling Rajesh Kuthapali.
So racist.
I know.
I wonder why. Like, how many Leonards do you have in your phone? Just put Leonard. Just say call Leonard.
Yeah.
I have one Leonard in my phone. Do you have any Leonards in your phone?
I don't think I have a single Leonard in my phone.
Okay. Shout out to Uncle
Contrell in my phone.
You only have one Contrell in your phone? Better be. Shout out to Uncle Leonard. That's it.
Shout out to Contrell.
Yep, shout out to Contrell. Nice. And all the Contrells in the world. I'm sure there's like 4 of us.
Did you notice Howard's belt buckle? It's the last thing I got.
didn't notice that. I never know what. No,
He had on like a flash symbol, like
really?
yeah, like the lightning bolt thing. Is it in this one or no? No,
I
it's
didn't
not.
see it.
Yeah,
I will go look. I will go look for that. I just don't stop looking at his crotch. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
But shout out to the Flash movie. It was awesome. Everybody go see it.
was good.
Yeah, I even had a little.
Oh, tear.
Yeah, a little one just flowed down there. But shout out to Flash movie.
Nice.
Cool. Nice.
All right. Thank you, everyone. It's been fun, and we'll see you next week for episode 8.
Bye.
Adios.